You lose power and your internet drops right in the middle of an important video call or while downloading something you've been waiting hours for. Sounds familiar, right? Well, today I'm going to tell you which are the 7 best mini UPS you can get in Europe so that never happens to you again. And more importantly, I'll help you figure out which one is right for you because, spoiler, they're not all the same and they don't all have the same battery life. All the links are in the description. Let's get into it. We start with the Mini UPS from APC. And look, if I had to pick one word to describe it, that word would be reliability. A PC is part of Schneider Electric, a company that's been making power systems for data centers for decades. So when we're talking about protecting equipment, these guys really know what they're doing. It has a capacity of around 29 watt-hours, which translates to roughly 2.5 hours of backup with a typical 10-watt router, or quite a bit more if you're using it for an alarm panel that draws less power. What really impresses me is its automatic recovery system. Basically, if there's a long blackout and the battery drains completely, when the power comes back, it doesn't just fire up immediately. It waits until it has enough charge to start your router properly and avoids those restart loops that can damage your equipment over time. The design is super slim, just 25 millimeters thick, so you can hide it behind any piece of furniture and nobody will even notice it's there. It's designed exclusively for 12-volt devices, so if you have a standard router, a smart home controller, or an alarm system, this one is perfect for you. It also comes with color-coded adapters for the connector that many people throw away thinking it's just packaging waste, so heads up, check the box carefully before you complain about connection issues. This is the model for anyone who wants to plug it in, forget about it, and sleep easy, knowing they've got the most reliable brand in the market protecting them. Now, let's move on to the Salicru, which has 10,000 milliamp hours of capacity, around 36 watt-hours total. That means about 3 hours of backup with a normal 10-watt router, half an hour more than the APC. But what really makes it different is the versatility. This model lets you choose between 5, 9, and 12 volts, so it works for an old ADSL modem, a modern fiber router, or devices you don't even own yet. It uses cylindrical 18650 cells, which are more robust and handle heat better than the flat pouch cells other manufacturers use. But here's the really good part. It has cold start capability. Imagine you've been without power for many hours and the battery is completely dead, but you have a portable generator or can bring the car closer. The Salicru can turn on without being connected to mains power, something most mini UPS units simply can't do, and that can really save you in a real emergency situation. It also includes a Y cable to power 2 devices at once. If you have a fiber installation with a separate ONT and router with just one UPS, you keep both running during the entire blackout. Full charge takes around 4 hours, so it's designed for areas where power cuts are occasional rather than constant. Now let's talk about the one with the largest capacity on the entire list, the Yuki Power. With 10,400 milliamp hours, almost 39 watt-hours, it's the absolute king of battery life. We're talking over 3 hours with a typical router. Or if you connect it to an IP security camera that normally draws around 5 watts, you can easily get 6 or 7 hours of continuous recording without mains power. But here's the interesting part. Besides the 12-volt output, it has a USB port that lets you charge your phone during the blackout. Think about it for a second. You're without power, you need to keep the Wi-Fi running for work or so the kids can watch their shows on the tablet, and you also want your phone charged in case of an emergency and you need to call someone. This one does both things without breaking a sweat. The price is very competitive in its category. That said, the outputs are designed for 1 amp, so if you have a powerful gaming router that needs 1.5 or 2 amps, better look at other options on the list. For normal ISP routers, it works brilliantly. If you're a student, renting, or want something that also works for camping trips or travel, this one is absolutely amazing value. Next up is the Yangers with 7,800 milliamp hours, the most affordable of the bunch and perfect if your budget is tight. It has less capacity than the others, but also costs quite a bit less. It does exactly what it promises, keeps your router running when the power goes out without any fuss. It's designed for anyone who needs to protect something basic, like their ISP router or a small home alarm system, and doesn't want to spend too much money on it. If the power cuts in your area are short and occasional, this one gets the job done nicely. It's also great for electronics projects or as a secondary backup UPS at home. Now we enter specialized territory with the Wallfront. This one has between 6,000 and 8,800 milliamp hours depending on the manufacturing batch. And it's for a very specific type of user, those with wireless internet antennas. If you live in a rural area and your connection comes from a roof antenna like Ubiquiti or MikroTik, you know you need to power it with PoE at 15 or 24 volts. The Wallfront is one of the few mini UPS units that supports these voltages, which lets you eliminate the PoE injector and simplify your whole setup. One less cable, one less point of failure, and everything looks tidier. Specs can vary by batch, so I'd always assume the lower capacity to avoid any surprises. If you don't have antenna-based internet, this one isn't for you. But if you do, it's probably your only real option in this compact format. Now comes the powerhouse of the list, the Master Yuki Power. Watch out, because here the important number isn't the milliamp hours, but the watts it can deliver. It has 4,000 milliamp hours, but at 7.4 internal volts, which gives you around 30 watt-hours of real capacity, similar to the APC. Less battery life than the Yuki, but it can deliver up to 36 watts of power, double what most others can handle. That means it can power high-performance gaming routers like the Asus ROG or Netgear Nighthawk, or even a small NAS with hard drives that need that power spike on startup. Imagine you're in the middle of a competitive online match, you're winning, and suddenly the power goes out. With a normal mini UPS, your gaming router would shut down because it can't deliver enough current. The Master Yuki Power has more than enough muscle to keep it running without any issues whatsoever. If your equipment is power hungry, this is the only one that guarantees it will actually work. And we arrive at the most modern of them all, the Technoware. It comes in two versions, one with 5,200 and another with 8,800 milliamp hours. So pay close attention to which one you're buying, because the difference in battery life is quite significant. What makes it special is that it has native USB-C output, something no other unit on this list offers. If you have modern devices like a Raspberry Pi 5, a Google Nest Wi-Fi, or any smart home hub that runs on USB-C, this one eliminates adapters from the equation entirely. It also supports passive and active PoE at 24 and 48 volts, compatible with professional security cameras. The design is vertical and quite elegant for what these devices usually look like. It has physical voltage selectors that need to be configured correctly, so read the instructions twice to avoid frying any device by mistake. If you're looking for something ready for today's and tomorrow's tech ecosystem, this is definitely the smart choice to make. Alright, let's recap so you know which one to pick. If you want maximum battery life plus phone charging, the Yuki with its almost 39 watt-hours. If you prefer absolute reliability from a recognized brand, the APC. If you have fiber with separate ONT and router or need voltage flexibility, the Salicru with its Y cable. Tight budget for a basic router or simple alarm, the Yangers. Gaming router or power-hungry equipment, the Master Yuki Power, which is the only one with 36 watts of output. Rural antenna internet with PoE, the Wallfront. And if you have modern USB-C devices, the Technoware. All the links are in the description. Tell me in the comments which one fits you best, and I'll see you in the next one.